Staying up. I'm wilding out. I'm leaning in.
Hey, what's up guys? Today we have the Sony RX100 4. Now I know I'm reviewing this quite late, but then the review device came to us late, about a month ago. And then, you know, the usual drill, because whenever the review devices come late than usual and we keep on getting newer devices, so these reviews keep on getting postponed because we need to get the newer devices reviews out on time, and we can't make other devices late as well. So it kept on getting late, and finally today I got a chance. I've been using this for the last 1.5 months, so you can say that this could be a long-term review for many. So RX100 4 is Sony's premium point-and-shoot camera, and this carries an MRP of 699.90, just under 70,000 here in India. You might get it for slightly less now. You get 2-year warranty and memory card and HDMI cable. Although this is the review box, we do not have that. And it's a pretty compact box actually, and some of the quick specs over there. So let's go ahead and open the box and see what comes inside. So on top you have lots and lots of paperwork, lots and lots. So go through them. There's an instruction manual. That's the same thing almost, I think, in different language. Again, something else, and then Wi-Fi and NFC connectivity guide. That's a software guide, and then Sony's portfolio, and then how to use the camera, and that's the warranty card. Yeah, and then recording 4K movie with this product, which is important because it needs some special condition to be able to shoot 4K and at some speed. So you get this adapter, and then this power cable. This goes inside of this, and then you also get a micro USB 2.0 cable that goes inside this. So now the good thing is that any mobile charger can also charge your phone camera. The bad thing is that it does not come with an external charger, so you cannot use the camera while charging. You have to charge the camera directly into your body. You get some strap adapter there, and then a solder strap, and finally we have the camera here, the little but quite heavy metal RX100 4. So that's about the content of the box really. So there you go, that's the RX100 Mark IV. Now it has a mostly metal body, so there is a weight attached to it, but also it's almost professional quality. It's very durable. It has a fair bit of weather sealing, not totally though. And another thing is that this metal frame is quite thin, and it gets a lot of scratches here and there. You see, even the glass on the back does not have a scratch protection, so it gets lots of scratches. And if you can see that, yeah, it's pretty thin, it's pocketable, and this guy has a 1-inch sensor, of course, you know that. And then it has a 24 to 70 mm in 35 mm equivalent lens, and the aperture starts from 1.8, ends at 2.8. Very fast Zeiss lens, and T-type coating. So T-type coating in Zeiss lens is the highest level of optical quality that Zeiss gives. Supports NFC of course, and Wi-Fi, and then you have a multi-interface shoe there. It's almost exclusive, nothing comes for that. And then you have an HDMI, and that too a micro HDMI port. Now in terms of port, this camera is pathetic. It's terrible because I would say, number one, it's a micro HDMI port, so you almost can never get a clean HDMI out. Number two, as I told you just now, multi-interface shoe, and you almost do not get any useful accessories for that. A bigger reason for me saying this is terrible is because it does not come with an external mic. Boy, you're charging so much, 69,000 for a point and shoot camera, at least give an external mic. Generally I would have expected a sound monitor, so that's a headphone jack as well, but at this price range everyone expects an external mic jack. The RX10 has of course, But even this one, external mic jack, there's a lot of space out here which could have been, utilized. You can go about 45-degree down the LCD, and then it can also take selfie, which is a good thing. Another thing I don't like is that this is not a touch screen. You have an EVF here which is very, very small, but still I think that's doable. It's quite good resolution. And then that's the flash. You can also use it as a bounce flash. And then, okay, so below you have the battery slot, and this thing goes like this. Comes with a 1240 mAh battery, and there's the tripod mount, of course. And then yeah, you can switch it on, and there's the max it goes, or yeah, that's the max it goes. So see, even the zoom fully extended, this actually is pretty compact. That 1-inch sensor is, you have the autofocus assist lamp, and that's pretty much about it. What I like about the body is that it's very pocketable, plus it's quite durable, all metal body. But I do not like all the port availability. Basically, I would have liked some of the ports that are not there. The menu is well laid out in terms of readability, but it's not very well categorized, so to be able to find any function, you need to go dig deep inside the menu to be able to find it. I would have liked it more categorized, like something like this one. Let's say when I go here on my Nikon, I know that I'll be customizing autofocus now, or metering here, and then bracketing and control, and even movie over here. But not this. Here all of them are kind of mixed in this particular menu. But otherwise they are very well readable. So you have the image size, you see maximum 20 megapixel aspect ratio, quality, and in dual recording it's maximum 17. Yep. Right, and what else? File format. Now this is an important thing. This is for recording video. Now this depends largely on the card that you're using. If you're using a normal class 10 card, you would be able to record only AVC HD or MP4. To be able to record XAVC as even HD or 4K, you need a different card. I'll show you which one. And then here also you have some recording speed. So note that. First let me show you the card. So that's the one. Yeah. Now let's go here again. So if you have, as I told you, a normal class 10 card, you'll be able to record in AVC HD or MP4. To be able to go up to XAVCS HD or XAVCS 4K, you need a class 10 as the XC card. XC, not HC. So that meaning that you need at least 64 GB class 10 card. And there are also speed of recording in play. So if you want to record at XAVCS 4K, but you want to record at the highest speed, so up to 60 Mbps, you can record with a normal SDXC 64 GB card. But to be able to take advantage of the maximum recording speed 100 mm, you need this UHS 3 card. So this is the highest category of card that can take advantage of the highest recording speed of this RX100 or even on the RX10 for that matter. As the XC card, it's a 64 GB class 10 card, and also an UHS 3. So you would see this 3 and 3 inside, and you need to see that. So if you have that, you'll be able to take advantage of this. And then some of the other settings like drive modes and focus modes here. Yeah, and then your system settings and those kind of things. You can also go to FN directly and quickly change some settings from here. And you have some customized buttons over there. And then there's the shooting mode dial. Yeah. So that's about the menu system and the user interface. I would have liked it to be touchscreen really. The color rendition is brilliant and very natural, although I think it's kind of oversaturating the red palette just a tad bit, but overall I love the colors, color reproduction basically. The skin tone is also very natural. Another thing I like, the dynamic range is very strong. And when talking about the lens a bit here, we almost did not see any lens flare or ghosting. We tried to force a lot of ghosting into the picture out here, but then there were almost no ghosting. Great. There are definite distortion on the sides of the image here. We can see mostly keystoning, but nothing that cannot be corrected in post-processing. On the low light, the images will show a bit of noise, and the JPEG processed are slightly over processed, but I think it's much better than some of the Sony's earlier cameras. There is significant vignetting at f1.8 at the widest end. There's a 24mm or 9mm in 1-inch sensor, and then it starts to clear up. 2.8 is still visible. By the time it's 5.6, I think things getting pretty acceptable. Now when we go to the telephoto end, it's 2.8 that it starts with, and again it's pretty visible, but it's similar to the 2.8 at wide end, and again by 5.6 things are pretty clear. As far as ISO performance is concerned, the small image sensor comes into play here. We saw noise even in ISO 800, and that's a processed JPEG image. It's kind of slightly over processed as well, as I mentioned before once, but anything 1600 or above should be avoided. So then, should you get the Sony RX100 M4? Let's talk about the pros and cons quickly. The pros: number one, it has a bigger sensor than many of the other point and shoot cameras. Number two, it has one of the most useful focal length lens, 24 to 17-35mm equivalent. Also, it's a very fast lens, 1.8 till 2.8. Number three, it has a very durable metal body and very pocketable, the size and the design. Number four, that you can also click selfie. So because it's light and pocketable body, clicking selfie is very comfortable. Number five, it does include an EVF. So that's another good for those of you who need the viewfinder, because the LCDs will always lag just that tad bit. So that's another thing. And then last but not least, it does record 4K now at XAVCS format up to 100 Mbps, but only for 5 minutes of course, but nonetheless that feature is there. The cons would be, for me, is the absence of any external mic jack or headphone monitoring, non-touchscreen here, small battery life. We got about 220 shots, and the EVF is tiny, although you'd get used to it eventually. And then XAVCS format, you only can record for 5 minutes. Now I know there would be heating issue, and on RX10 you could record for about half an hour, but on the smaller bodies only kept it till 5 minutes, and for that heating thing. Those are the cons mainly. And 1-inch sensor, well, it's large enough, but you also get some APS-C sensor in slightly bigger bodies, but not that lens though. So that's another thing. If you want APS-C sensor but you do not have the need for such a zoom lens, then you also have other bodies priced similarly or maybe even less. And the main con, the biggest one, is the price. It's very expensive. So you need to take a call. I would say if I could, then probably I would replace the lens, or I would forego the lens for a slightly larger sensor, because for those companion cameras I do not need this flexibility, but many people probably would think otherwise. So you need to take a call. If you like this video, please hit the like button, ask anything related to this camera, and we'll try to answer them all. And please subscribe to our channel and share this video to share the love. Thank you.